Can you survive here to do business if you don't speak any Kazakh nor Russian?
I survived 3.5 years.
Yeah, but you're the ambassador.
Italian Wine Travel with Stevie Kim.
Hello everybody, my name is Stevie Kim and welcome to Italian Wine Podcast on the road edition. Very special on the road because we are all the way up here in Almaty, Kazakhstan. And I have the pleasure and honor of our special guest with us, the ambassador of Italy in Kazakhstan, Ambassador Marco Alberti. Hello.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone.
So, ambasciatore, it's kind of difficult for me to say that because, of course, I have known the ambassador since he was little, and now he is the ambassador. Anyway, so tell us, can you give us kind of an overview of Kazakhstan? First of all, how long have you been here?
I've been here for the last 3.5 years. I'm very happy to be here, very welcomed, and I had the opportunity to witness the transformations that Kazakhstan is going through. Over the last 3 years, I mean, the growth of the country has been relevant in different sectors. The reforms launched by President Tokayev are on the ground, and now they are implemented. Step by step, the country is improving every sector. Italy is quite important, I mean, counterpart of Kazakhstan, is the first market for Kazakh goods in terms of export. We are the 8th importer, so I think it's a very good opportunity for anyone Kazakhstan now from now on.
So can you give us kind of a little bit of the numbers and figures of Kazakhstan in general?
Yeah, Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world, 9 times bigger than Italy, and there are 20 million people. But interesting enough, I mean, almost 50% of the population is younger than 24 years old.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, the great opportunity, I mean, for the future. And now the country is growing 4.5% according to the different analysis, but around 4.5% per year. And diversifying the economy, which is another key point. It's not only mine, it's not only oil and gas. I mean, there are a lot of opportunity. The business environment is improving a lot, and that's thanks, I mean, to the reforms, but also to the openness of the country to the world. Kazakhstan wants to be a multi-vector, I mean, point of contact towards many countries. EU as a whole is the main investor in Kazakhstan.
Of course, you know, I'm completely Italian wine centric. How does this translate into market opportunities for Italian wine?
First of all, let me say that there is a great demand of Italy in Kazakhstan in general, particularly on specific sectors of made in Italy, fashion, but not only fashion. I mean, in general, Italy is a very well-positioned country in Kazakhstan and in Central Asia in general. And wine is part of this potential that the country offered to Italian investors and to Italian exporters. And I think we have a sort of add value in terms of positioning in the country. The Italian wine has grown a lot in terms of import from Italy. More or less, I mean, Kazakhstan imports around 50 million. The value is around 50 million of euros per year, and around 50% of this amount of money imported is from Europe, Italy, France, and Spain. But Italy has a 30% of the share value in Kazakhstan, with a great potential of growth. Let me say that among the people who are consumers of some alcohol in the country, is interesting enough to analyze that most of them are young people. So young people see wine as an opportunity not only to drink a good product, but also to socialize. The importance of the socialization linked to wines is very important and is very dedicated to young people. So I see a potential.
So how does the wine play into Kazakhstan's food culture? What is Kazakh food?
Kazakh food is very rich because this is a nomadic country, and a very hospitable country. So what happened over the centuries in Kazakhstan is a superposition and the contamination of different cultures in terms of food and also in terms of culinary culture. So you can eat very good meat in Kazakhstan, particularly horse. You can have a variety of vegetables because the country is huge and offers whatever. But you also can find something which is typical of the Turkish and the Arabic culture, which has been absorbed. And one point which is extremely important in terms of potential for wines is hospitality. Kazakhstan has a very hospitable culture, like Italians. They are very hospitable, and the table is considered not only a place where you can consume food, but a context where you can share knowledge, share ideas, share social networks, and that's very good for wines.
I suppose, this happens all the time. Italian wine you were stationed, of course, stateside, so this Italian wine is number one in America. How is it doing in Kazakhstan compared to French or the Spanish wines?
My impression is that there is a demand of Italian wine which is growing very fast, much faster than the demand for any other kind of origin in terms of wine. And that's because, Italy is much well positioned compared to some years ago. We have increased, reinforced, the positioning of Italy in Kazakhstan, and this benefits also some specific products like wines, which is still considered partly, particularly, some wines are luxury segment. But the effort that we are doing is just offering wines which are not necessarily of the luxury segment. And that's extremely appreciated by the Kazakh market. Having a great share of prices and a great shares of quality, which is one of the strengths of Italian wines, by the way.
In your personal opinion, what are are there particular regions that resonate more for Italian wines with the Kazakh community?
Yes, I perceive that Tuscany is very well positioned. So the Super Tuscany wines are considered a sort of a beautiful experience more than just a wine. And Tuscany has a very good brand in terms of region in Central Asia. And I think that wines as well as many other products benefits of this strength of the Tuscany brand. But in general, I think that there are very good experiences for other regions. Let me mention Veneto, for example, not by chance. The most famous is
They also eat horse, so they have that affinity.
Exactly. Some good Piemonte wines, and I want to mention Sicilian wines, which are growing a lot.
Oh, Sicilians as well. So what are the must-know for an Italian wine producer who would like to come to explore the Kazakh market for the first time? What is your advice to them?
I would say that this market requires a lot of patience, to be patient and to be consistent, because the entry curve is very vertical, because we are not close to Italy in terms of culture, we are not close to Italy in terms of geography, but you need to be, the investor or the exporter need to be patient, because the middle term is extremely rewarding, and the Kazakh client is very loyal to the product that he chooses.
So on a personal note, I love Almaty because I see people, incredibly diversified group of people living with different cultures, religion, and nationalities here. What is the secret sauce of Almaty in that sense? How are they able to live so peacefully?
President Tokayev says that diversity in unity is the peculiarity of this country, the ability over the centuries to stay together, respectfully the differences, the cultural and ethnic differences. And I think this characteristic of this country has remained. There are some issues, of course, there are some times where, it's more difficult to cooperate, but there is one thing which is extremely clear, that people respect the other ones, and they are able not only to respect but to cooperate with the other ones. And I think it's due to the nomadic culture of hospitality. The guest for Kazakh is not the one that you already know and you invite to your place. The guest is who knocks your door.
All right, I think with that we can close. Is there anything else that you would like to say? Any last words for our audience?
Yes, that the embassy of Italy here to support and to encourage whoever wants to come to Kazakhstan, Italian exporter, Italian investor, the opportunity is great. The Italian institution in Kazakhstan are solid, so you are welcome. We work for you.
Okay, but one last question. Do you need to, first of all, Kazakh is different, the language, right, from Russian, but most people speak Russian here. Can you survive here to do business if you don't speak any Kazakh nor Russian?
I survived 3.5 years.
Yeah, but you're the ambassador.
Yes, but I think that it's possible. I mean, Kazakh are very focused on improving the knowledge of their language, Kazakh language, which is a Turkic language of origin. Russian is highly spoken. But I think that particularly in this segment of market interested in wine, there are a lot of people who are very skilled and able to speak English and many other languages.
Okay, and with that, it's a wrap. Special edition from Vinitaly Almaty, Kazakhstan with the ambassador, Alberti.